DJ5 is me, and it's the Drunken Stoners podcast. And what we do over here, we have a good drink, smoke some good weed, and have a good time. All right, so if you came to do that, then you in the right place. And today we got a real special guest with us, St. Louis's very own Ft.Derk Brown. I don't know what it is to call him as a title, because, you know, the man done reported for the radio, you know, internet personality, activist, journalist. So it's just like wherever facet that you know him from, then that might be, you know, what they call you. So let's just give it up for Ft.Derk Brown. Having Ft.Derk Brown in the building today. What's going on, Ft.Derk?
What's up with you now?
Nothing much, man. I'm chilling. Very excited to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Yes. You know, a lot of people don't get a chance to sit down with Ft.Derk and have a good conversation with him and get a chance to pick your brain and, you know, get to understand your life, you know what I'm saying, on the other side of the camera.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of times we don't even get a chance to see your face.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that voice, though. You know what I'm saying? That voice is iconic. Like, you know that name. When you scrolling down your socials and you see Ft.Derk Brown, you gonna stop, click that video. So I just want to start with, like, where did you gain the interest to do it? I was doing my research, and they say it was during the Ferguson riots and stuff like that where you gained an interest to pick up a camera or
that's why doing this. That's when I first started, 2014, doing a Mike Brown protest.
Okay. Yeah. So I got a question for you. What was it about the riots and what was going on in Ferguson with the police and all of that stuff at the time that made you feel like you needed to go out and tell other people, show other people, record, show the world, show the city, the neighboring state what was going on at the time?
I mean, during that time, it was chaos. You know what I'm saying? Due to the killing of Mike Brown Jr., you know what I'm saying? Everybody was upset.
R.I.P.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Temperature was high. And I did what I did when I thought I got it. Or back then it was live stream, but it was a different app.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So picked up a camera, started live streaming.
So you started live streaming on a camera or from your phone?
It was a phone.
From the phone.
Yeah.
So was it a specific incident that you remember recording first, or like anything that where you know like could recall, you know, going out with your camera for the first time to record?
Nah, it was happening all. It was happening too fast. You know
Got you.
All at once. So.
Got you. So it was just kind of like wherever it is you can get, you know, a story, some video, things like that.
To keep everybody informed of what's going on. And
yeah. Did you think that was important for people to know?
It was.
Because a lot of people, you know, felt like, you know, it was just so much chaos and drama that, you know, sometimes the news, you know, didn't even go down there and report some of the things that, you know, a lot of the St. Louis activists actually got down there and got a lot of those stories and, you know, really got to the bottom of some of the stuff that was going on, or at least was able to show us what was going on. So I think that was really, really vital.
And I think it was important. Like I say, with social media, you know what I'm saying? And some people didn't even know about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So by a lot of us posting, going live, they looking on Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah.
It's happening now. Who is this? What's happening? What's the city and county? And
For sure. Yeah, and that's when I started seeing your name pop up. And then also, I believe that was the like start of the real STL news stuff. So how did all of that start coming about?
I think that was around like 2016, I think, when we all first started, you know what I'm saying? We all came from Ferguson, you know what I'm saying? And we came together at one point. Real STL News was started.
Okay.
And just took off from there.
So those are the people that you would see when you was out with your camera, you know, recording and trying to get the news out as well. You know what I'm saying? So then y'all, you know, kind of teamed up to help each other kind of, you know, grow and make sure that y'all getting the right information.
And back then it was called the Ferguson Movement, which it still is the Ferguson Movement for everybody from ground zero. That was from the beginning to now. So.
Got you. So it was the Ferguson Movement. in the beginning. So, okay, that's where everybody was like, okay, we come together and get out what's going on in the city of St. Louis and get real stories out. And I think y'all did a really, really good job of getting out in the community and talking to, the locals and the people that lived there, the people who was really affected, by the riots and stuff like that. And RIP to anybody who lost their lives in that process in the duration of that time. And I do want to say RIP to Mike Brown and the condolences to his family for sure. So it's just, that was a rough time for the city. And then we also always do the Mike Brown Memorial every year, August 9th, right?
Yep. This
right
year going to be 11 years.
Yeah, this year will be 11 years, and we will be out there for sure. Bring your balloons, bring your teddy bears, bring your candles, because we will be out there to make sure we commemorate the legacy of Mike Brown.
Got to keep it going.
For sure. Definitely. All right, man. Let me get into some of these other questions, man. I got a couple more things to ask you. I ain't letting you get out of here just yet. All right.
I thought that was it. I got you.
No, I got a couple more. Okay. So with you doing the cameras and stuff like that, right? You showing up to the scene where police are active, right? What was the reaction from police, reporters, things like that, like news and things like that, with you guys running up, with cameras, trying to get some of the same stories out?
You talking about during that time or as of right
like
now?
Just period. Like during that time, and then I want you to tell me if it's gotten better now. Is there any difference in between then than now, with as far as like expecting y'all to be there at this point?
I mean, back then we were still new. You know what I'm saying? So by us running up to the scene or whatever was happening with the camera or whatever we had at the moment, they were looking at us like, "Who was y'all?" Step back. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, we just grew. You know what I'm saying? To where we are now. Yeah. They know who we is. Yeah. If we're not there, they're gonna tag us, call us, send us a message where y'all at. You know what I'm saying? To get to the scene, that's what's happening because they trust a lot of us. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And there's 3 platforms. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you got myself, Voice of the People, and Red Seal News. Yes. So
100%. So it went from them like, being criticizing like, hey, what are y'all doing here? Exactly. Get away. You're messing up the investigation. Contaminating crime scenes, things like that.
And like I said, back then we were still new and
still new, going. Right? So then you guys not understanding the law sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So then that's educating you guys is self on okay, how far do I need to go from a crime scene? How far can I go as far as asking questions to somebody that might be part of their investigation, things like that. So was it like some education that you guys had to do to, prepare for the next time you go out, and so that you don't get deterred from the police, things like that in the beginning?
And the community, so it was.
Yeah.
And over the years, we got better.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, too, is also the key word with respect. You know what I'm saying? So if you go to a crime scene and you see if it's a homicide, whatever the case is, or a bad accident, and you see family pulling up, I don't gonna lie, none of us don't. You know what I'm saying? And it's out of respect for the families. You know what I'm saying? And we just take a step back and
allow the police officers to do their job and the family, you know what I'm saying, to take care of their loved ones and check on their loved ones. And that's, go ahead.
Just a question in that area. I feel like I saw a post recently that was just like, one of the news groups was like, I don't know, banned from doing something with like calling the police or being at the scene or something like that.
No, I think you're talking about what the Post put out, right? Yeah. Some of Real CL News about they was off their media list for a minute because of what they posted. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But,
okay. What does that mean? What is the media list?
Yeah, what is a media list?
I mean, it's like just informing the media, just like Channel 2, 4, 5, and whoever else, you know what I'm saying? Like if something was happening in the city or the county, they send us an email.
Okay, so they got a list of outlets, news outlets to inform the city of what's going on.
Exactly. Well, what you're talking about, that's when I guess they must have posted something they wasn't, you know what I'm saying, they didn't like, and they made the call. Y'all suspended for like 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying, because of what y'all posted. And after the 2 weeks, we put y'all back on the list. Mm-hmm. So,
got you. That's cool that that the city is also holding you guys accountable for what it is that y'all might be posting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that situation, so I don't want to touch on it. But I do want to continue. So it went from, back guys don't, come to the crime scene, get away, to, that's Derk Brown. Come here, Derk Brown. Calling Derk Brown, emailing Derk Brown, emailing Real STL News to help in an investigation. You know what I'm saying? Help get the word out, you know what I'm saying, through other sources that in the past time, 4, 5, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, you would tell that same person, Derk Brown, hey, get away. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good and awesome that, the city of St. Louis has, developed, a love for, the activists and the reporters and the journalists, that wake up every day and don't necessarily work for a news station. You know what I'm saying? Don't necessarily work for a reporting agency. You know what I'm saying? And being able to, use you guys as, foot traffic and the fact that, you will go out in these communities, single-handedly and walk them yourself. I've also seen you, like it's so much stuff that you do. It's hard to box, what Derk Brown does. Like, you help people find their children, assist in those things. Like I've seen multiple videos and posts of you out with search teams, day after day, hours and hours and hours until these kids are found. You know what I'm saying? And that's a really big thing in St. Louis. I would like for you to elaborate on the missing persons thing in St. Louis and the effect that's having on the city.
I mean, the goal is to be about the community where you're from.
For
you know
sure.
What I'm saying? So whatever you can do to help, whether it's finding missing kids, let the community know what's going on for us, an accident, any kind of news related incidents.
Yeah.
Do your part.
You know for sure. So for you, it's just, just getting out there and just doing it for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Just get out there and try to just contact and help people as much as possible. Like I've seen, a kid go missing one day, and you post a missing flyer that gets shared, over 5,000 times around the city until this kid is found and then reunited with their family. And then it's an ease on my mind when I get the post later that, kid was found. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen some backlash a little bit too about, St. Louis journalists not being like real news or not reporting real facts, because sometimes you guys are putting these stories out before larger outlets. You know what I'm saying? So what do you say to people who think that, St. Louis journalism is fake or y'all not really, getting real stories out?
I mean, we do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, mistakes do happen.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It has happened, and we always correct ourselves.
For sure.
We're not the best. You know what I'm saying? Same with the major news outlets. They're not the best either.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So like I say, if a mistake happened, we always correcting ourselves.
100%. 100%. Definitely. Taking accountability for the mistakes for sure is the first way, you know what I'm saying, to try to correct, you know what I'm saying, any wrongs that's done. But I do believe that a lot of the stories that you guys share is valid, are real stories, are, stories that will help in the end. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that y'all do is vital for our community. You know what I'm saying? And to say that, because you posted a kid was found before Channel 2 did, Channel 4 did, right? Doesn't mean that, Derk Brown is lying or Real STL News is not telling the truth, or, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, maybe I got a closer source. Yeah. And I'm finding out maybe they did send it to Derk Brown first to put it out. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes that is the case.
So,
you know what I'm saying? But with the major news outlets, they got to go by different steps, protocols. You know what I'm saying? They got to go to the higher ups. But compared to what we post, it's from the community.
100%.
It's from the families.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So if we get it first, it ain't about rushing. You know what I'm saying? If we get it from the family second or last or first, whatever, we're going to put it out there.
Yeah. I think it's cool that St. Louis families also lean on you guys for help as well. Like I've seen you help people promote their business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, help people get foot traffic and stuff like that for their new restaurant. You know, stuff like that. I hear a lot of people, you know, see a lot of posts of people saying thank you, you know what I'm saying, for helping them, you know what I'm saying, with whatever they asked Derk Brown to do or whatever, you know. And then another thing I love about Derk Brown is, you know, in between the stories, you always in the community with the people trying to help, give back. Like, I love it so much. Like, you know, in the winter, you giving back blankets to the homeless, gloves, hats, you know, shoes, socks, you know, like toiletries, things like that they need to, you know, survive out here in the elements and stuff like that. So what part of that is it, you know, that gets you out there to do that and give back to the community?
I mean, just helping those who need help, you know what I'm saying? The love for the community.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not it's more too like not just the unhoused, but single mothers, fathers, whoever needs help.
Gas cards, man, all kind of stuff, man. Giving bikes back to children, helping out with food drives, man. Like, I've seen you stand on a lot of lots, man. Like, all day long, I see you stand in the sun, in the rain, you know what I'm saying, get out of your own comfort of your car, your house to go and help, you know what I'm saying, somebody else. And I just want to commend you for that and thank you for getting up and, you know, getting out and, you know, spreading the word that St. Louis ain't such a bad place. You know, I do have another question. What do you say or how do you describe St. Louis to people that's never been here? And then what do you say to people that has a negative outlook on St. Louis?
I mean, for those, I say just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? For it's a negative outpoint, I mean, just ignore it. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis is a good city. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be a lot of hate reviews about it, you know what I'm saying, because of the crime rate, whatever, but it's a good city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Okay. So you tell people that. You tell people it's a good city?
It is.
You tell people they should come here and visit?
Mm-hmm.
Got you. I tell people they should come here and visit
I don't see why
all
not.
the time. I tell people they should come all the time.
Yeah.
We got great stuff to do for families.
A lot
is free.
A lot of
places is not free. We have a lot of kid museums, adult museums, automotive museums, parks. It's so much stuff to do here in St. Louis with your family. I see a lot of people moving to St. Louis too. Do you get a lot of people like from out of state that you see moving to St. Louis for like job opportunities and stuff like that?
Not recently, but
okay.
Yeah.
I've run into a couple people who's come to St. Louis, you know what I'm saying, for job opportunities because it's more plentiful here in the city than, you know, where they're from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's another plus for the city to know that, you know, it's, you know, you can get a higher wage at a job coming to St. Louis City than you would at another place, or, you know, afford a house in St. Louis versus, you know, all the way out in the West Coast or wherever it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've had a lot of conversations with people about, you know, just coming to St. Louis. And the food, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if anything, you can eat good. All right, if you do nothing else but come to St. Louis, go to your hotel and just hit food spot after food spot, like, I think you'll be good. What's some of your favorite spots to hit in St. Louis? Good food.
I mean, I say barbecue is a good spot in Newtown. That's in St. Charles.
Okay, give me five. Give me 5 spots that Derk go to eat that you think somebody else should try.
Emo's, of course, downtown on 4th Street.
Gotta have that.
Yeah, barbecue in Newtown.
Okay.
That's in St. Charles. Trying to think what else. There's so many spots, man. Chinese spot.
Okay.
Which one is it?
Which one? Which chop suey you go to? What's your chop suey? What's your go-to?
It used to be Chong Wan and Baton, but they closed down.
They closed. They closed.
So the new one is I think Bing Lu.
Bing Lu?
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Bing Lu. All right. I like King. King's right there on Goodfellas, West Florissant.
Yeah.
A lot of people like John's. They be saying they go to John's, but I go to King's right there. That's my spot.
And then you got the Ted Drew's, of course. That's
definitely got to do Ted Drew's, the custard fire. Definitely. Every year. Got to hit that when they open.
Oh, they open there.
Yeah, they open now for sure. It's hot outside. Got to get that custard for sure. Nah, it's good. It's good. I think you did good. You gave us some barbecue. What's a soul food spot? What's your soul food spot?
What's another good soul food spot?
I like Kathy's Kitchen. You been to Kathy's Kitchen in Ferguson?
No.
Fire. Oh my god.
She got soul food?
Oh my god. She got some fire.
I never tried.
Oh my mama. She cooking with some soul. Shout out to Kathy's Kitchen. I'd love to have you on the podcast, sit down and talk to you, but fire food. Okay. And she been holding it down. But definitely when you come to St. Louis, get you some good food because it's all around her for sure.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, man. I seen that you reunited with some of your family on your pop side, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah.
How was that? And then kind of like, did you grow up knowing them, or is it like a new thing now? Like in this time as an adult, you just now meeting a lot of the other side of your family.
I mean, it is. I mean, like I said, she reached out to me. One of my nieces, they reached out to me on my dad's side.
Nice.
I'm kind of looking like when she sent me a message, like who was this? But then she started coming together with the address where I grew up at.
Yeah.
My pictures of my dad.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? He was in the Air Force, of course. He passed, but I put two and two together, made some phone calls, and it was confirmed that he was family. So.
Nice. And then are they out of country?
Yeah, they in UK.
UK, that is sick. That is sick. I seen that on your social. I'm like, man, that's cool as hell to like, you know, reunite with your family and then be able to like, you know, actually go meet them. You know what I'm saying? And then it be in another country, you know, different.
And they just came probably late last year, come visit us.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So
nice.
It was a nice turnout. They brought the kids, pretty much everybody. So
that is cool.
We showed them some good spots in St. Louis to Arch, of course, some good food like you just mentioned.
Nice. Yeah. Yes. That is cool. I love that. I love the man, like that random message you get. I'm your cousin. You like, you my cousin? Nah, I don't think you my cousin. You got to give me some facts. Who your auntie? Who your daddy? Who your grandma? Huh? Who they know?
And I did that.
Where y'all moved from? Like, y'all ever lived here? Do you know my mama? Like, I got some questions for you. You know what I'm saying?
But she mentioned one question everybody don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And she confirmed it with the actual address where I stayed in Baton, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, so.
Okay. You got to know something then. Huh? That's cool. What high school did you go to? Marquette. Okay. You play some sport?
No.
You play no sports?
Yeah,
okay.
It's a quiet type.
All right. You went to school, went home.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. I like that. That was me. I didn't play no sports, but I did do like a lot of like after school activities.
Okay.
Like other than like sports. So if it was like some dance shit or some art shit or something like that, some computer classes or something like that, like I was definitely doing stuff like that. Yeah. But I've never played like
football
sports in high school. Yeah. I played basketball in like 5th grade.
Okay.
Something like that. It was like a unisex team, and we lost just about every fucking game. All right? And I was ass. I'm talking about ass. I probably scored 4 points the entirety of the season. I'm talking about sucked. I'm talking about bad. You know what I'm saying? But I was out there. I was having fun. You know what I'm saying? And it was this teacher who would give kids like, she would give you like the amount of points you score, she would give you that in dollars. You know what I'm saying? And I was never over there at that table, Derk. I never got that money. You know what I'm saying? And then when I did, you know what I'm saying, it was the little $2. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when your partner walking away with 6 and 12, 8, you like, this little punk ass $2, what I'm going to do with this? You know what I'm saying? But I was grateful. You know, I scored that game, but I never played on a, like, uniform basketball or football team again. I think that discouraged me. So I ain't gonna lie, but I'm gonna let you get out of here, Derk. I really do appreciate you from coming down here and sitting down with me, bro.
It took about 2 months.
Yeah, it took a good minute. I had to catch you. I'm talking about the news and the reporting was back to back. I'm talking about one of them. They talking about 30 bodies found in a backyard in South St. Louis. I'm like, I know I'm not seeing him today. I'm talking about, he is not coming, okay? He has to go see what's up with that. And I wasn't even mad because I'm like, I need to watch his page so I can see what the hell actually happened and what's going on. So it come to find out, wasn't that many back there for real. And it was not recent. So yeah, good. We ain't got no serial killer on the loose right now. So that's good to know. You know what I'm saying? And where can they find you at? What's your socials?
Everything the same. My first and last. Facebook, Instagram.
Okay.
Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Derk Brown.
Derk Brown, and we'll pop it up on the screen.
Yeah.
Derk Brown. Make sure y'all tap in with Derk Brown. Make sure y'all ask him if y'all need him for some help. You know what I'm saying? He got it all. If you need to get a story out, you know what I'm saying? If there's anything that you feel like somebody need to know, please contact him. Please contact any local St. Louis journalists because they can help you. They work closely with the news as well as the police to get a lot of this stuff solved. Man, it's just unbelievable, you know, how much, you know, they've come together hand in hand to, help the city.
It's three of us. So Voice of the People, Real CO News, and myself. So.
All right. We want to shout out all three of them. VOP.
Voice of the People.
Voice of the People.
The new Real CO News.
New Real STL News. Because, Real STL News, if y'all change y'all name one more time, we got one more name change with y'all, dog. All right, it was STL News, Real STL. Now we on the new one. Don't get banned. What's going on over there, huh? They don't like they banning y'all making another one. They suspending y'all 30 days. Y'all like, nah, we can't.
But let me
wait
say
30
this too,
days.
though. Like I said, we all one big family too, though. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like I said, I forgot to mention we all came from the same branch. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? We just got different platforms.
100%.
So if something happened, we always make a phone call with each other. Where you at? You heard about this?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Keeping in contact with each other.
Yes.
Always, so.
Yes, that is really, really good to hear. I love to see anybody coming together, especially people in St. Louis in the city coming together to make one single goal happen. And I love that, I get a chance to, see and be a part of, the stuff that I cannot. I don't get a chance to, get out in the community and see some of the stuff that's going on. So it's good to know what's going on from people that's actually in the city, walking around, eating, living, sleeping, and enjoying their families in the same places that we are. So thank y'all for that. Thank all three, VOP, the new Real STL News, and Derk Brown for everything that y'all do in St. Louis City. And this has been the Drunken Stoners Podcast, and we out, baby. Okay then.
I go ham, you know me. Ain't no words that I cannot speak. Ain't no game that I cannot teach. And I pray to the Lord, he bless me and my bloodline.